G'day everyone, my name's Will, and welcome to the June 2022 edition of Australian Model Railway News, where we'll take a look at all the news, updates and announcements from Australian model railway manufacturers, as well as exhibition news. This and other videos on the channel are made possible by the support of my Patreons on Patreon. If you'd like to join the community, there is a link in the description below where you can support the channel for as little as $1 a month. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to be subscribed so you can keep up to date with my weekly videos that come out every Saturday morning at 9 AM Melbourne time. Anyway, let's get into the news. So to kick off this month's news, Megan, also known as Train Girl, who made their exhibition debut at the Diamond Creek Model Expo, has scale model signs and advertising. She has several packs, which I have here: Aussie Pub, Post Office and Milk Bar, and they instantly add that Australian nostalgia to any building. There are 6 HO scale, ready to go, assorted signs per pack, and these retail for $12 each. As well as that, she also has available country town packs and railway crossings, which are apparently the most popular and retail for around $20. All of these are available through her Facebook page and Modeller's Warehouse, and Megan said that she will eventually have a website. So she does say that there are more things coming, like a mixed pack of 3D figurines and objects with signs, which they're calling Scene Settlers. Affordable and easy to assemble Victorian Railways GY tarps, as well as wet transfer advertisements, and more stock signs and eco packs. And lastly, she does also provide completely custom signage ready to install. Station signs, highway signs, and street signs in any scale. So if you do have any other questions regarding Megan's products, I'll leave a link in the description below, as well as links to everything else that I mentioned in this episode. Ixion Models have shared the first iteration of some CAD drawings of the LL and MM sheep and cattle wagons. They've said that the complexity and fragility of the sides, internal partitions and floor can be seen here, and threaten to raise the cost if all possible detail is included. These are some normal things to consider as normal part of production and planning process. They've said that the level of desired detail versus the desire to keep cost affordable is a compromise every manufacturer wrestles with. They've also said that they've settled on the doors on one side being supplied as separate items, so that cows and sheep can be fitted. Once the design is finished and they have test shots done, they will supply the dimensions of the openings and compartments to the Model Railway Cottage Industries so they can look into producing castings of 3D printed blocks of sheep. They anticipate the easiest way to fit these will be to make them half the size of the compartment. So you'll have the impression of a loaded wagon behind these bars. And in a last bit of news that came right at the end of the month from Ixion, they did have another iteration of the VR sheep wagon in CAD. They said that there are some extra details to be added to the couple pockets and sole bars, the compartment bearings and some end handrails, and that they're very close to being finished. They also posted versions of the LF, which is identified by the BERG'S. This will be the first version produced by Ixion. They've said that cost prevents the tooling of extra BERG'S at this time, and the other versions may follow. They've said that keen modelers could create the LL and LP versions from this model by fitting the appropriate BERG'S and buffers, and in the case of earlier wagons, plus lettering. So it looks like these are coming along nicely, although price is yet to be announced. Casula Hobbies have announced the New South Wales Government Railways Z21 class steam locomotive in 14 different models. These will be dual DC and DCC fitted locomotives with an NEXT 18 ESU sound decoder. Although no full details yet, they have set a pre-order price of $750 a unit, which will stay that way until the end of November. The price will then rise to $895 from the 1st of December. So if you are interested in getting one of those, visit CasulaHobbies.com. During the month, Auscision posted sample photos of the upcoming HO scale release of the C-Class diesel locomotive. They said that they've finally received the assembled painted samples after an 18-month delay of retooling to complete the body due to an error made by their tool vendor while making the tools. They've said that the new body parts fit together much better now and that they cannot wait for the finished product to arrive later this year. Few colour corrections need to be made, but apart from that, they should be all good to go. So they've said that this is your last chance to pre-order the C-Class at the pre-order price, which will end on the 31st of July 2022. They've also said that they do offer DCC sound equipped models with ESU Lokesound V5 decoders fitted and Vandersound speakers at an additional $100 over the standard DC price. They've also said that the order is in with their factory, so they are unable to add any additional models to the production run. They say that some versions may start to sell out soon, so get your order in to avoid disappointment. So it looks like we're going to get a surprise announcement from Auscision regarding the C classes. In this photo and video sent to me by Big Dirty Freight Trains, who you can follow on Instagram here, you can see that C501 looks like it's going to be available in 2 versions. One in the pre-order version, which is the one I ordered, which is as it was, I guess, at a factory release in the 70s, and to how it is today. Now it's owned by Seymour Railway Heritage Centre. It's got the reflective strips on the side. It also has a modern crew fitted to the inside wearing high-vis, as well as a couple of other details. So I guess we'll wait and see a further announcement from Auscision. But yeah, that is on show. So I guess we'll wait and see what happens with that. But I do get a lot of messages about the C-Class release. I don't have any extra information, but it is good to see that we now have a cutoff date for the pre-orders, and which, well, I guess means that we will see them hopefully soon. TrainORama now have the engineering samples of the upcoming New South Wales Railways 47 and 49 class HO scale diesel electric locomotive models soon to be released. The combined production run of the New South Wales Railways 47 and 49 class diesels in HO scale by TrainORama has been reduced in quantity due to the present economic circumstances and resulting shortfall in orders. Thus, they have said consequently, some of the hobby shop outlets may not receive stock. So to avoid disappointment, they've said that it's best for interested buyers to email or post in an order form, which is available online at bobshobbies.com or by phoning their shop at Seven Hills in New South Wales directly. The production painted samples are expected to be received in early July this year, with an anticipated delivery date towards the end of that month. These models are set at a pre-order price of $250, which will rise to $295 when they arrive. At the Adelaide Model Railway exhibition, Elite Model Services showed off production samples of the 620 class locomotive in early stages. A fully detailed resin printed body and mech of the models will be released with DCC sound and lighting to be released in a small batch of approximately 10 units and sold on a first-in basis. Although the 620 is mostly complete, there will also be a 700 class, which we now have a CAD render of the 700 class locomotive, and will probably be the first locomotive to be released in late 2023, with a batch of 620s available afterwards. They also have South Australian Railway's SF sheep van 4-packs that were announced at the Adelaide Model Railway exhibition. However, they will be available online on their online store. They also have some CF class cattle vans 4-packs available too. News from Control P Models. The CountryLink NDS carriages are now available online with a restock of the RDH kits. PHA Power Vans and SB2248 kits in Candy, Australian National Grey, and Northern Rivers Railroad Ritz Rail liveries will be available in the coming months. And to celebrate 2 years in the business, Control P has been quietly working on an unannounced kit. These will be announced mid-July and available the day of announcement. So to keep up with them, don't forget to check out their social media. Boormans Workshop, who produce kits in N and HO scale, have sadly announced that their business will be closing as of the 30th of June 2022. Peter and Wendy would like to thank all their customers for the support over the years. Remaining stock will be on sale and available, but no further stock will be produced at this time. They said that they will be attending train shows and hope to catch up with friends and customers there. Their new HO layout, Lismore Wharf, will have its inaugural showing at the Armidale Convention in October, and they hope to see everyone there. Eureka Times gave us quite a big announcement on their annual Eureka Times newsletter, which was posted to their website on June 1st. They have outlined new models, updates and reruns, and this goes as follows. A major development, a rerun of the worldwide favourite the Eureka Models AD60 class Bayer Garrett. They've said a rerun of the popular AD60 class Garrett has largely been ruled out. However, we at the Eureka offices are almost continuously being petitioned to produce more AD60s. So much so that talks were recently held with their manufacturers, and consequently the decision was made to commission a third run of this popular model. This early stage production involving 8 numbers is envisioned. 4 numbers feature engines with short bunkers and red lining, and 4 numbers feature long bunker engines in plain black. Engine numbers will include more centenary engines 6020 and preserved engine 6029. Currently, the first step involving checking the tooling is being undertaken. The practicality of including working marker lights is also being examined. Following an agreement with their manufacturer located in southern China to proceed with the 620, 720, 600, 700 DEB project, and more recently the above mentioned AD60 rerun, it was suggested that this manufacturer could produce reruns of all the existing Eureka projects for which tooling was now in the hands of the manufacturer. There is considerable logic in this suggestion. For a start, the proprietor of this manufacturer originally started working for San Khan and has the drawings of all the Eureka projects originally produced by Sander Khan. As well, he is also currently holding all the toolings of the Sander Khan projects on behalf of Eureka Models. This includes the R-Class, the LCHs, the BSVs, the BCHs, G-Wagons, and the NTAFs. In this case, the NTAF tankers will be the first project to go ahead, and there will be more details as discussions progress. A 38 class rerun, which is reportedly due in late 2022. They've said that work on the 38 class rerun has recommenced after Chinese New Year at their principal manufacturer, and have said that the progress is going very slow due to current lockdowns, with delivery scheduled for late 2022. Due largely to a number of special requests, it has been decided to produce further 5 engines. These additional 5 numbers will be announced in the next Eureka Times and will be produced in small quantities only. Some of the numbers mentioned will be produced in very limited numbers and are intended to be basically to order only. They've said from experience of the first run, only 3801 and 3830 will likely be available in retail outlets. All other engine numbers, especially those engine numbers being produced in small numbers, will be available initially at least only from Eureka Models. The 620, 720, 600, 700, 2 diesel car sets and 900 class DEB sets. They've said that this project was another one on which there was very little progress over the year. However, as reported, their second manufacturer, whose factory is located on the Chinese mainland, opposite Hong Kong, is now again making progress on this project, with delivery expected to commence in late 2022. Whilst from the outset the project was treated as one, the project was subsequently broken up into stages. The first involving a rerun of the 620 and 720 sets. This will be followed by a run of 600 and 700s, utilising new tooling being prepared for the sides and roofs, and then the 900s will follow. The set of rerun of Eureka's very popular hub set is underway. The rerun will not have interior lighting, which will allow the wheel sets to be changed for those currently fitted to the 12-wheelers. The rerun will include more of the 2 additional cars which sold out quickly in the first run, and all 4 liveries will be available again. They've said that there is an order form available. Pre-orders, particularly on these additional cars, are recommended. The next in the Eureka model 12-wheeler sets will be the TAM sleepers and the MCE sitting cars in their as-built configuration. That is with crown lights and matchboard siding. Both cars will be available in varnished timber, Tuscan and russet, and the Indian red liveries. Due to the carriage projects being promoted up the production schedule, delivery in late 2022 or early 2023 is anticipated. Following this Eureka Models 12-wheeler series, there will be the Commissioner's Train, and then this will be followed by the Royal Train. Due to the TAM and MCE production of the Commissioner's Train is now due for delivery in 2023. Stocks of the first run of Eureka Models 40 classes are about exhausted, and the rerun is currently being prepared at the factory. All 3 liveries will be reproduced, but the main feature of the rerun will be a Rogue River iron ore variation. Minor variations that were carried out when the 40 class locomotives were transferred to the Pilbara are currently being worked on and will be a feature of this Eureka model. Delivery is expected later this year, and there is an order form available. And last in the previously announced projects to get underway will be the 59 class locomotive. This project, which requires new tooling and therefore a substantial commitment of time and funds. They've said that discussions currently suggest that tooling will commence after the K-Class for a 2023 delivery. The Victorian Railways K-Class was a Eureka project that was announced in 2011 and is now being completed in 2022 by SDS and Phoenix Models. Some news from EURKRA Models. David has been working on retooling the iWagon kits, I and IY, and hopes to have the new versions available at the AMRA exhibition at Caulfield in August. As well as that, the Victorian Grain Hoppers VHGF kits, which were produced since January 2019, have always included additional moulded parts for a rope hitch, brackets and piping under one side sill, brackets for uncoupling levers, and a jig to assist with forming uncoupler levers from a 0.3mm wire. Kits do not include these wire items, but wire included in a dress-up kit, number E8, which also contains etch brass walkways, handrails, stirrup steps, and shunter steps. These photos demonstrate the dress-up kit applied to these VHGF hopper cars. SMS Paint have released 8 new colours to their infinite colour range, featuring rusts and oxides for creating realistic weathering effects. As well as that, new Sydney tram colour sets are being added to their tramway series, after being featured on ABC TV series Tiny Oz and receiving multiple requests. They have expanded their range to include Sydney tram colours. These are all now available on their website scalemodeler.com.au and in retailers across Australia. CGL Models are pleased to advise that the PCO and PCY container wagons have now arrived. They are currently in the process of mailing them out to customers who placed pre-orders with them. They've also said that they now have excessive stock available of all PCO and PCUY packs from A to E in both HO M3.5 and HO scale. There is a list of retailers for CGL Models on their website. An update from Kandu Workshops showing some progress on their CGAY hoppers. These will be a multi-piece kit, and they're currently printing the first attempt at this wagon and hope to have further updates soon. IDR Models have given us an update on the HO scale, ready to run DERM and trailer car sets. They've said that the DERM and MT trailers are well into production, with many of the versions painted and just need final assembly. The decoders and KD couplers are in the factory now. These components are still taking time to produce and deliver, and it's a great relief that the factory has them ready to be installed. They said that they will still keep the pre-orders open for now, until the models are on the ship, which will hopefully be in late July. According to that, the production has taken a lot longer than they expected. The factory has seen a number of setbacks, with staff and deliveries taking a little longer than normal. Bergs have announced Comenge Series 2 stainless steel double deck S sets in ready to run HO scale DC. In addition, the set is DCC ready, requiring an 8-pin decoder. The 4-car set will consist of 1 motorised power car and 1 dummy power car and 2 trailers, 4 options in original silver livery and 5 options in the city deck colour livery. Although prices are not yet announced, and these have not actually been posted online anywhere, I have to assume that you can pick up an order form in store or via online. I have only been able to find this photo of an order form posted to a Facebook group. Wuiske Models now have loaded pineapple bins, and these are based on the most common type seen in the southeastern areas of Queensland. They're designed to fit inside most standard 30 and 32 foot open wagons. These were transported in various types of rolling stock throughout their history, but I think the most interesting thing, once again, is these are made in Queensland, which is excellent to see. Bruce at Trainbuilder is organising a new run of Hitachi Suburban electric trains in HO scale, with a scheduled delivery of 3rd quarter 2023. These all-brass models will be available in 4, 3 and 2 car sets, priced from $1,850 up to $3,200 for a 4-car set. And order forms are now available. And lastly, in my own news, the radio equipped shirts have arrived and have been shipped out. Thank you to everyone who pre-ordered them, and I look forward to seeing more and more of them pop up around social media. If you are interested in getting one, they are still available on my website in limited sizes from medium to 4XL. As well as that, there are some Flinders Street shirts still available, a handful of beanies, and the pins are now very much reduced to clear. So if you are interested in any of that or anything else that you've heard about in this episode, all the links are in the description below. So apart from the merch, don't forget, I do have some videos coming out soon. This month, you should see some videos from last month's exhibitions like Morwell, Ballarat, and Glen Waverley. As well as that, there will be something that a lot of you have asked for, which is an update on my model railway. So stay tuned for that. I guess the easiest way to keep up to date is be subscribed, because then you'll know exactly when a video comes out, or keep up to date with my social media. I do post on Instagram, Facebook pretty often, and that also helps out. So anyway, that's something to look forward to. Now on to exhibition news and announcements. On the 9th and 10th of July, the Australian Model Railway Club of Queensland will hold its annual Pine Rivers Model Railway and Hobby Expo at its new, much larger venue, the South Pine Sports Association in Brendale, Queensland. The Storm Model Railway exhibition will be held in Stawell on the 9th and 10th of July. All Gauges Model Railway Club in Belmont, Brisbane will hold two big model train sales on the 31st of July and the other on the 27th of November. The Gold Coast Model Railway Club will have an open day as well as a buy swap sell day at their club rooms. The number of layouts on display from HO, N and ON30 with doors open from 10 AM. On the 6th and 7th of August in Canberra, the Malacca Model Railway and Scale Model Railway exhibition will be held at the Malacca Special School, Wisdom Street, Hughes. The Australian Model Railway Association Victoria will be presenting the 2022 Caulfield Model Railway exhibition at the Caulfield Racecourse over the weekend of the 20th and 21st of August. On the 3rd of September in Adelaide, Modelling the Railways of South Australia convention will be held in Bedford Park. This year, they will be holding their 26th convention. Each person attending receives a fully printed quality set of notes. This year's notes will be approximately 2,220 pages. Details of this year's presentation is attached on the registration form. The convention has produced a number of CDs over the years. The Recollection CD features a number of South Australian railway layouts and articles of modelling the South Australian railways. Phillip Island and District Railway Modellers Incorporated Model Railway Exhibition will be held on the 17th and 18th of September in Cowes. The Australian Railway Modellers Manufacturing Exposition will be held in Kyneton on the 17th and 18th of September. Now, this isn't an exhibition in the traditional sense, it's about the smaller manufacturers. This means you can come along and have a chat and find out more about kit building and weathering and all the other facets of the hobby. The Australian Model Railway Club's Open Day will be held on the 18th of September at their club rooms in Glen Iris, which is opposite the railway station. They'll have their large HO permanent layout on display, as well as the Garden Railway, a U-drive, some model making demonstrations, and some pre-loved items for sale. As well as that, also be a sausage sizzle. The National N-Scale Convention will be held in Goulburn on October 7th to the 9th. The Sunbury Model Railway Club will have their train show on the 15th and 16th of October. The New England Model Railway Club will present the New England Convention, held over Saturday and Sunday the 22nd and 23rd of October at the Arbourdale Bowling Club. This convention will offer 2 full days of presentations, clinics, layout displays, retailer stands, and partner tours. As well as that, there will be the optionate banquet dinner with an after-dinner speaker. On Sunday, the 6th of November, the Railway Modellers of Queensland will hold a buy, swap and sell day at their club rooms in Brendale, Queensland from 10 to 1. There will be about 50 tables of new and pre-loved items for sale, and the layouts from N through to G will be running. The 15th Australian Narrow Gauge Convention will be held in Melbourne on April 7th to 9th in 2023, with more information to come. So that's all for Model Railway exhibition updates and news. If you are in a Model Railway Club and you are planning on having an exhibition, an open day, or a buy swap sell day, please reach out to me so I can add it to this update. As well as that, don't forget there is links on my website to all the Model Railway Clubs in Australia. And if you aren't on there, please send me an email so I can have you added accordingly. All right, this month's question: what gives you motivation to model? For me, it's YouTube, almost more than anything, probably next to going to an exhibition. I'm a big fan of people like Luke Towan, as I've mentioned in other videos, people like Ken Patterson, who produce some of the, most entertaining videos that I watch. But recently I've been getting into, I guess, a bit more of a dive into, learning more about painting and things like that. And I found one called Boy Hobby, and he has by far been one of the best motivators to get me rebuilding my layout, even though his stuff is not necessarily at all model railway related. But the amount of passion that they put out for it really got me excited. So I guess my question is, what gets you motivated to work on your layout or work on rolling stock if you don't have a layout, or kit bash and things like that? So I guess for me, it's other YouTubers or going to an exhibition. I think between those two things, it gives me a lot of motivation to be like, yeah, I should restart something or get something happening. So I guess, what gets you motivated to get it modeling? Leave it in the comments below. Also, once again, I'd like to say a massive thank you to the Australian Model Railway Association in Melbourne for allowing me to, of course, shoot B-roll in the club rooms. And if you are interested in joining that club or just more information about it, I will leave links in the description below. So once again, thank you to all the Patreons and YouTube channel members. If you are interested in Patreon, which does give you early access to videos, there is a link in the description below. As well as that, don't forget to be subscribed so you can keep up to date with every video that I've got coming out well into the future. There is a new video available every Saturday morning at 9 AM Melbourne time, except for this video, which comes out generally on the 1st of the month. Anyway, if you do have any feedback or comments, don't forget to leave them in the, well, comments below. Anyway, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all really, really soon. Hooroo!